ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. Thank you for listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network or watching us on our virtual talk show. You know, we love art and we love artists and we love talking about art and artists. And somehow all roads lead to Michigan on the show. I have no idea why. You know, maybe that's because I'm on my quest to live in Detroit, but that is happening. So I feel like the universe keeps sending me all these Michiganders. Amber Akhtar is here, went to school, student filmmaker, writes a movie, a short film called Cycle, talking about some very heavy, serious stuff, gorgeous cinematography, beautiful pieces of acting, really new. I mean, if you're watching us, these shots, I want someone to take a video of me through the lens of a laundromat. I think that's a music. Amber, you're gonna have to direct a music video for me. Amber Akhtar, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Robert. I appreciate it.
Let's just get it out of the way. You're from Michigan.
Yeah.
Where in Michigan?
I'm from Metro Detroit. I'm about 30 minutes outside of the city from a suburb called Bloomfield Hills, and it's great to hear the Michigan representation.
Bloomfield Hills is a little nice and snooty patooty out there. Yes, come on, take me shopping out there in Bloomfield Hills. So and I've learned being engaged to a man from Detroit, that Metro Detroit is, and then it's like, okay, I'm from 7th Mile, two different things. So what led you to filmmaking?
It was really two people in my life growing up that pushed me towards filmmaking. I've always been an artist. My dad, he's a cancer doctor, but one of his hobbies is to paint, and so I grew up painting with him, and that just sort of led to other avenues of art. And it was really my brother he's always been like a movie buff, and so we're very close. And growing up, I would just sort of like watch the movies he would watch him do his filmmaking thing. And then in high school, I had a really influential teacher, and my senior year, he faced a family tragedy, and this guy, like, he ran his own like film program at my high school, and he had to sort of take a step back. And then me and leading, the other kids sort of like stepped in to that role, and that's where I really found my confidence, just as a human being, but also as an artist, just like taking over that for him. And yeah, it made me realize like this is what I want to do with my life.
Gorgeous and amazing. And when was the decision for you to take it seriously, like as a profession, to go to school for it? And did you get pushback? Because sometimes people are like, you're going to be an artist, you're going to be a filmmaker, how are you going to make a living? How was that journey for you?
Yeah, I would say definitely high school. Those years were very formative in figuring out what path I wanted to go down. Just like making films with my friends, both in and out of school. And in terms of, backlash from the people around me, I am very fortunate enough where my parents really encouraged me to pursue my dreams, me and my siblings. They're immigrants. They come from Pakistan, and they came here to give us, a better life. And so, yeah, I love my parents, and they've always supported me. And yeah, very grateful to come from them.
Speaking of immigrant parents, I'm a teacher here in New Jersey, and I have a lot of my students are first generation Americans. They're from Central South America and from Asia and the Middle East, etc. What is it like culturally for you to grow up in your culture and with your family, and to be the way that you were, being from where you are, and then also now kind of merge into university life and show business? How do you merge those two worlds together? Has that been difficult? Has that been easy?
It definitely has been very difficult. My family is also Muslim, and so both, the Pakistani stuff and the religion stuff, growing up in conservative Michigan, it was always sort of just like weird. I was sort of like caught in between two worlds. But going to NYU, getting to go to college in New York, in such a liberal city, that's what really like opened up my eyes and made me realize, I'm not just stuck in this bubble. Like and again, my parents, they encouraged me to go there and they were supportive. And, we have our differences, culturally, but at the end of the day, it's all about, understanding and like realizing that time can sort of, um, mend those sort of like rifts that do come up.
Sure. So tell me, what was it like to go to NYU? What was it like? You're finished, or you're finished?
Yeah, yeah. I graduated in May.
Just brandy new.
Yeah.
Amber, you're a brand new little graduate. You have your diploma. Come on now. So what was that experience like, and how influential was that to learning the craft and the skills that you need to be able to put things out like Cycle?
Yeah, so college was kind of a trip because I graduated and I actually, fresh out of high school, I did not go to New York. I didn't get in. I was on the wait list for the longest time and then I didn't get off it. So I actually went to a school in Chicago, but then my freshman year, that's when COVID hit. And so I had to move back home. And then during, that same time, that's when I transferred to NYU. And so I didn't get to go to New York my first year of being at NYU. I was still at home. And then eventually, my junior year, I moved out there and I was there for 2 years. And it was great. It was a great time. The program that I was in, NYU Tisch, they have all sorts of different programs, but I was in this program called dramatic writing. And yeah, that focuses on playwriting, screenwriting, TV writing. And it was great. I felt very supported. Met a lot of cool people, and also picked up, an interest in producing. I ended up minoring in that. And yeah, I guess like going to school in New York, going to a school like NYU, it opens up a lot of doors and opportunities. I got to complete some really cool internships when I was out there. And yeah, those are my connections in the field now, which is crazy to say, but yeah.
It's true, though. It is absolutely true. Well, before we talk about Cycle, she's got a minor in producing, so get your checkbook out. She's ready to collect your money. Project. You Cycle as a piece. What is your part of this film?
So this is a script that I wrote during my time in college, and then I executive produced it, basically assembling, the main team, creative team, and securing the funding and just seeing it through all the way.
So before we talk about what it means to be producer of the film, you're the writer of this short film. So
Yeah.
it's a deep subject matter. This is not, you hit some pretty serious subjects on the head. Tell us a little bit about how you describe the film.
Yeah, so the log line is basically a young woman spends the night at a laundromat after an abortion. And so she's trying to wash out this stain of blood. And as she's sort of like going through that process, she's processing this very, traumatic situation that just happened to her. Um, and yeah, it's really through the people that she encounters during this night, it sort of like brings up emotions for her. And yeah, it's a very emotional and personal story. um my main point when I was trying to write it was that for women, we are constantly going through all different, sorts of problems. And at the end of the day, I just want people out there to realize, wherever you're at, whatever situation you're in, it's okay to ask for help. This girl feels like she doesn't deserve help, but by the end, she comes to realize, like, no, I do deserve help. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it marches Women's History Month. Every day, women are objectified and treated as second-class citizens right here in the United States. We learned last year about how women's rights can be taken away at the blink of an eye, and all rights of all individuals are at risk these days. So you being an artist, I think, is one of the most noble professions, to be able to put your pen and your lens and your work at the forefront of making a change, for sure. What has the reaction been once people have seen the piece?
Honestly, it's been kind of mixed, like the way that I portray the subject matter, I
Mm.
think can be interpreted, a lot of different ways. And I've gotten feedback where people have felt like, um, they didn't, necessarily agree with how I went about, tackling abortion, especially with my film's ending. But at the end of the day, I think good art, art that connects with people, it invokes all sorts of, emotions. And it's really just to start, a conversation. And so even if it is a reaction that, I wasn't necessarily expecting, I still welcome it because it's still, creating that dialogue that we're trying to, you know, do with this movie.
Yeah, amazing. So absolutely, we don't always, you don't have to agree, but you should watch, and make your own agreement for sure. But that's the power of being the writer and the producer, is you get to tell your story or your version of the story, and that's very powerful. So is there how do we support your work? Is there a way to watch it? Is there a way to support it? What is next for this film?
Yeah, so right now I'm working on getting it into festivals. So fingers crossed we get into somewhere good. And then it premieres, and after that, I'll be able to release it. But as of right now, the best way to support the film is just through social media on Instagram, Psychofilm 2023. That's the handle. And also visiting the website, breakthecycle.com. Those are the two biggest ways to support it. Yeah, really just trying to get into that festival.
I hear you. Breakthecycle.com, and then on Instagram it is, tell us one more time.
Psychofilm 2023.
Cycle Film 2023. Yeah,
Right.
people don't understand the politics and the money it takes to be a part of the festival circuit. Every single short film that you apply for that should be in a festival comes with an application fee, comes with a lot of paperwork, comes with and you pay, and you may not even make it into the festival. How has that been? How's that process been? When you talk to people about it, I'm sure they don't even understand what that whole entire campaign is like.
Yeah, and the thing about festivals is like it's a game, right? And you need to play the game, you need to know how to navigate the game. Yeah, I'm because, this topic is so female focused, I'm trying to, get it into festivals that do have, female sort of centered um programming around it. And so yeah, it's just it's been a process, and obviously it comes with rejection. But I think, as all artists are aware, you kind of have to have that thick skin and just know that you're not taking it personally. But yeah, I really hope that this movie gets into a good festival and we're able to share this piece, with as many people as we can.
I know you will. So tell us about the producing hat. You got yourself together because you're out here. You have a fancy publicist. You have a team. You have a team behind you. You have a brilliant actress. It seems like in this film that is really depicts this, directed by must be a brilliant another director that is a part of it. How was it as a producer to hire everyone from each role, and how much pressure did you put on yourself to make sure you got it right?
Yeah, well, I'm very fortunate with the team that I was able to assemble for this with every stage of the process. And I think at the end of the day, it does come down to what the film's about. I had a lot of very creative and just passionate women, involved in this project. And honestly, hiring it really just it was kind of luck. My director, she was a friend of mine, and she had just graduated from Michigan, and so we were able to connect through that. And then I had a professor who recommended me my first AD. They were, good friends, and so I met her, and then it sort of just snowballed from there, and we sort of assembled the team that way. And again, like once people read the scripts and they had, the story in their hands, they were all on board, and they were very like talk about putting pressure. Like I was a full-time student. I was, in my senior year. I was immensely stressed. But I just had, great people surround me to get me through it and to just help me every step of the way.
I love it. I am super excited about it, and I am so proud of your work and everything that is to
Thank
be
you.
done and to be said. Um, I love the fact that you're just taking the bull by the horns and running with this whole thing, and you are just on it. So I'm excited for you. I'm thrilled for you. And I am couldn't be more proud of the steps you've taken to live your life and to follow up with your dreams. You know, you never know, this can come out and about, and you could have someone can see this, and you're the next Greta Gerwig, or you're the next whomever, Barbara Streisand, somebody. Women are able to make films, are able to write films, and women's stories should be told. And I think that is, what we are living in 2024 and still talking about it. And it is time for it to stop.
It's our time. That's very true.
Yeah. It's your time, and your point of view is able to be told. And I'm excited for you to be able to share that story for sure. So grateful for you. So appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Everybody, remember, Cycle is out, breakthecycle.com. And the Instagram page, follow it, tell a friend, and stay on the lookout. So when you follow the website or you follow the Instagram page, you can know when it's going to be available. Maybe it's going to be streaming in a festival near you, or when it's going to be available where you could stream it from home or at a theater sometime soon. Amber, what's next?
Yes.
Project. I'm ready for it.
I'm just sort of, doing my thing. I've moved back to Detroit. I'm trying to get involved in this filmmaking scene. Thinking about moving to LA. I don't know. I'm living the post-grad life. The world's my oyster.
When I move to Detroit, I'm going to send you my reel. I'm ready.
Yes, let's do it.
I'll work for free. I'm ready to do it. Get me in the scene. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Everyone, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to everything. The best is yet to come for you, for sure. So congrats.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Super exciting stuff. There you have it. Yeah, Michigan, where it's at. I didn't know they have a filmmaking scene. I mean, sure, they have a scene of everything. Why don't you be snooty and pretend that we're from New York and New Jersey? Well, listen, I'm Robert Bannon, and this is robertbannon.com. If you want information about me, follow me at Robert M. Bannon on Instagram. And as always, the best is yet to come. I love art and artists and filmmakers. We don't only have the biggest stars, we have the up and coming, the next generation, the people who are out here on the streets. Everybody needs to tell their story and have a place to tell their story. And that's why this show is a show for artists to talk about art. So congrats to her. Make sure you follow it and stay on top of it. Let me tell you, when I had my I Think He Knew music video, which is streaming right now on YouTube and wherever music is heard, my friend Kyle Ball and me submitted to festivals. It was thousands of dollars to be able to get it out there and to be seen. So, support your local filmmaker. And if you have a family member or friend or somebody who is in this hustle, fighting the fight for filmmaking, check them out. Check them out. Make sure that they are available. Give them, anything helps. $10 helps to be able to get your film to be seen and heard, because without audiences and without support, the art just lives there. So support some art today. And if your town does a local film festival where local filmmakers get to display their art, make sure you support that as well. Buy a ticket, go check it out. If you want more information about me, go to Robert M. Bannon on Instagram and listen to me every single day here on the Broadway Podcast Network, or watch our virtual show over on YouTube. Subscribe, link, follow, and send it to somebody and say, hey, check this crazy person out. I appreciate you for being here. There's always more good than bad. There's always more happiness than there is sadness. Sometimes we just need to find it. And the best is certainly yet to come. Till next time, everybody. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.